Bill Manning is an attorney and a chairman of the Red Clay School District, even prior to school choice becoming reality in Delaware. He brought about tremendously rigorous standards. The state wasn't adopting standards.
I got involved simply because I'm a parent. Our school system was, in my view, in a crisis, and somebody had to help fix it. I would have been real happy if someone else had done it. But I've enjoyed the 10 years that I've spent doing it. But it's just something, it's a responsibility that we all have, and somebody's got to shoulder it.
Bill Manning decided Red Clay School District needed to have educational standards and that the school board should not be focused on money and resources and inputs, but should be focused on bringing about educational standards. And they have model standards.
Red Clay looked around. We knew that other communities in the country had gone through the exercise. We've adopted standards and we're now weaving them into the curriculum, and we're creating assessment techniques that will tell us whether our kids are on standard or not. The legislature decided last year that everyone was going to be held accountable, but the legislature said nothing about how teachers were going to be held accountable for the performance of their students. That is a very big issue and very important to educational success. We engaged in a dialogue with our teachers that essentially involved one question. What does it take to make you comfortable with a system that evaluates you based on the performance of your students? We've decided that the delta, the educational value added every year by every teacher, is the important measure of a teacher's performance, and not necessarily absolute test scores that you might get 4 times in a child's 13 years of public school. The objective, in my view, of charter schools is to improve the entire system. As the president of a fairly large public school district, people often ask me why I have supported and in fact spent a lot of time establishing charter schools here in Delaware. The public education system is a government, and I think you have to threaten the government every once in a while in order for it to perform. If all of our schools look alike, and if the standards that will be imposed on those schools all comes from one place in some faceless building in downtown Wilmington, then we're not meeting the needs of our kids. These are public funds. Anybody can go to them. And in fact, we have granted the first charter, we, Red Clay, have granted the first charter here in Delaware. The charter school located at Wilmington High is one of the finest educational institutions in our state, and we're very proud of it in Red Clay.